of the terror, through tears of loss and sadness, witnessing the future of a new age dawn. From the ashes of our grieving comes a spirit of healing. We must gather our strength and carry on. We will sing, though darkness surrounds us. We will sing, for a brighter day. Find the good in the world, give thanks for all our blessings. We will sing and chase the darkness away. Rabbi Nachman teaches life is a narrow bridge. It's difficult to cross it unafraid. With fear all around us, our faith in God is tested. It's hard to find strength to be brave. We will sing, though darkness surrounds us. We will sing, for a brighter day. Find the good in the world, give thanks for all our blessings. We will sing and chase the darkness away. Long ago in the wilderness, God freed us with an outstretched hand. Will we ever stop wandering? Will we make it to the promised land? We will sing, though darkness surrounds us. We will sing, for a brighter day. Find the good in the world, give thanks for all our blessings. We will sing and chase the darkness away. We will sing, though darkness surrounds us. We will sing, for a brighter day. Find the good in the world, give thanks for all our blessings. We will sing and chase the darkness away. We will sing, though darkness surrounds us. We will sing, for a brighter day. Find the good in the world, give thanks for all our blessings. We will sing and chase the darkness away. Sing and chase the darkness away.
Havana Shira, let us sing. Havana Shira, Havana Shira, Havana Shira, let us sing. Come let us sing. Come let us sing. Come let us sing. Havana Shira. Come let us sing. Come let us sing.
from a distance. I'm not gonna give up my patience, give up my rage, give up compassion. No, this is a human condition. When we forget that you send the blessings, you pull our heartstrings, you send in fire, all we want is rain. But I believe in your blessings, creating floods and spinning hurricanes, and all I need is a blessing. How do we find courage in this space?
Shabbat Shalom. Good evening, everyone. Thank you. For safety and courtesy, please silence your cell phones, and with seating limited in the sanctuary, please make room for others in your rows as needed. Thank you. Before the service begins, I'd like to direct your attention to the emergency exits and other safety features. As you can see, look for the red or green exit lights over the doors. There are exits on each side of the bima behind the curtains. There are also exits at the back end of the social hall, in which the social hall is behind you. At the side of the sanctuary, when the sliding walls are open, which they are now, are the exits to the main doors through which you entered, and exit doors on either side of the lobby. There's a fire extinguisher and AED near the water fountain in the hall, and another fire extinguisher inside the doors to the sanctuary where you all entered. Please look now and find the exits nearest to you. Next, you may also want to look for the safety card in the seat backs in front of you, or the safety cards placed on your chairs. In the unlikely event that we must evacuate, we'll meet at the southwest corner of the parking lot away from the buildings. Thank you for your attention. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. It's good to be with you, to celebrate Shabbat, to take a little breath in our week, and to be here with one another. We're going to begin on page 24 with Shalom Aleichem. And I encourage you to raise your voice and sing with us.
Yai-da-da-da-da, yai-da-da-da-da-da, yai-da-da-da-da-da, yai-da-da, yai-da-da-da-da, yai-da-da-da-da-da, yai-da-da-da-da-da. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malchei, Malchei, Malchei Elyon, Mimelech, Mimelech, Malchei Amlachim, HaKadosh, Baruch Hu, HaKadosh, Baruch Hu. Boachem LeShalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malchei, Malchei, Malchei Elyon, Mimelech, Mimelech, Malchei Amlachim, HaKadosh, Baruch Hu, HaKadosh, Baruch Hu. Baruchuni LeShalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malchei, Malchei, Malchei Elyon, Mimelech, Mimelech, Malchei Amlachim, HaKadosh, Baruch Hu, HaKadosh, Baruch Hu. Join us. Yada-da-da-da-da, yada-da-da-da-da-da. Seidchem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malchei, Malchei, Malchei Elyon, Mimelech, Mimelech, Malchei Amlachim, HaKadosh, Baruch Hu, HaKadosh, Baruch Hu. One last time. Yada-da-da-da, yada-da-da-da-da, yada-da-da-da-da, yada-da-da-da,
We're going to now turn back in our books to pages 2 and 3, and I'd like to invite members of the family of our bat mitzvah for this Shabbat of Penny Miller to come up and share a reading and help us to bless our Shabbat lights.
Penny. I got it for you. Okay. Ready? No. Oh, just read the English?
One of the English versions.
Oh, here. Ready? As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us, as their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu v'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehad likner shall Shabbat.
We turn to pages 20 and 21. And before we enter into Lecha Dodi, as is our custom here, we take a moment to reflect on the week that has passed, to spend a beat on each day, on its blessings and on its challenges, to reflect on those. Take a deep breath to be present here for Shabbat. So take a moment for a review of the week. Deep breath. We'll sing together verses 1, 2, 5, and 9. And when we get to verse 9, I'll invite you to rise and face the entry. If you're in the sanctuary, the doors you came in. If you're at home, the doors to your home as we welcome the Nishama Yetera, the extra soulfulness that travels with us during Shabbat, and that Shabbat presence into our space and into our hearts. Lecha Dodi.
Lecha Dodi, Ligrat Kala, Penei Shabbat, Kabbalah. Lecha Dodi, Ligrat Kala, Penei Shabbat, Kabbalah, la. Lecha Dodi, Ligrat Kala, Penei Shabbat, Kabbalah. Lecha Dodi, Ligrat Kala, Penei Shabbat, Kabbalah. Shamo v'zachor b'dibor echad, Ishme'anu el hamiuchan, Adonai echad, U'shmo echad, L'shem u'tiferet v'litchila la, Echad Odi, Ligrat Kala, Penei Shabbat, Kabbalah. Echad Odi, Ligrat Kala, Penei Shabbat, Kabbalah. Likrat Shabbat, Lechuven Elcha, Ki Mekor Abracha, Merosh Mikedem, Nisucha, Sama'aseh B'maksheva, Chila la, Echad Odi, Ligrat Kala, Penei Shabbat, Kabbalah. Echad Odi, Ligrat Kala, Penei Shabbat, Kabbalah. 5. Hitoreri, Kivarech, Kumiori, Uri, Shedaveri, Kevod Adonai Allah Yichlig la, Echad Odi, Ligrat Kala, Penei Shabbat, Kabbalah. Echad Odi, Ligrat Kala, Penei Shabbat, Kabbalah.
Let's rise and face the doors.
Oh, Ive Shalom, Ateret Bala, Gam Besimcha Utzola, Tolchamonei Am Segula, Boi Chala, Boi Chala. Ya la Echad Odi, Ligrat Kala, Penei Shabbat, Kabbalah. Echad Odi, Ligrat Kala, Penei Shabbat, Kabbalah. Echad Odi, Ligrat Kala, Penei Shabbat, Kabbalah. Echad Odi, Ligrat Kala, Penei Shabbat, Kabbalah.
Please remain standing. We continue on page 26 with Chatzi Kaddish, and Penny is going to lead us. It's right here.
Yekada Shemrei Rabbah.
Amen.
Balam Divratu Tevyamli Mahute Bahayahod Uvya Mahod Uvkaidiko Israel Bagala Uvizman Kari
Amen.
Yeheshemeva Mevara Uoma Uome Amaya Yebara Vishtabha Vishraman Vietnase Hadar Viethala Viethala Shemedi Kudasha birata vishirata tushvahata v'nehemata damirayam be'ama v'yamro. Amen.
We continue with Baruch Hu, our call to prayer, on page 28. You're just reading. Here, and you're just reading.
Baruch Hu et Adonai Hambara. Baruch Adonai Hambara Leolam Bread. Praise Adonai to him, praise is due forever. Praise Adonai to him, praise is due now and forever.
La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach, HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. HaMevorach, HaMevorach le'olam va'ed.
Last three lines in the Hebrew, page 30. El Chai V'Kayam.
El Chai V'Kayam, Tamidim L'Chaleinu le'olam va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai.
Baruch Hu Baruch Shemo.
Amariv Aravi.
Amen. I'm going to turn to Shema Yisrael, page 34 and 35. You're just going to read. Just reading. Shema Yisrael.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kavod Malato Le'olam Va'ed. Hear, O Israel, Adonai is one. Bless in God's glorious majesty, forever and ever.
Take a step back. Stay up there.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto le'olam va'ed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto le'olam va'ed. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
You may be seated. We're going to continue on page 36 with Ve'ahavta.
Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'vkol uvkol nafshecha uvkol meodecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'eleh asher Elohim mitzavaha Hayom alevaveha vishinamta livaneha vidivarta ba'am bishiftaha uveteha uvlektaha badera ukshamkaha uvkumeka ukshartam humud ayadeha rehayu atotapo beneneha ukaptam amuzod beteha uvi shareha liman tiskarud vasi ad kum saltai bikim kedoshim leolehem ani him adonai elohem asher seitiatem me'eretz mitzrayim lahem Elohim ani adonai elohem
Adonai Elohim emet.
Page 39. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there's a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together. Mi Chamocha, our Song of Freedom, page 40.
Mi Chamocha, Elim Adonai, Mi Chamocha, Nedarba Kodesh, Nora Tehilot, Osei Feleh. Mi Chamocha, Elim Adonai, Mi Chamocha, Nedarba Kodesh, Nora Tehilot, Osei Feleh. Malchutcha ra'u vanecha, Bokeyam livnei Moshe u'Miriam. Ze Eli anu. Ve'ameru Adonai imlok le'olam va'ed. Mi Chamocha, Elim Adonai, Mi Chamocha, Nedarba Kodesh, Nora Tehilot, Osei Feleh. Nora Tehilot, Osei Feleh. Nora Tehilot, Osei Feleh. Emar Kifad Adonai et Yaakov Ugalo miyad Chazak mimenu Baruch atah Adonai
Baruch Shemo.
Gal Yisrael.
Amen. Page 42. We ask the Holy One to shelter us with a sukkah of peace, that we may lie down with a sense of wholeness and rise up with a sense of purpose each day. Hashkivenu.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom Hamidenu Shomreinu Lechaim Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom Hamidenu Shomreinu Lechaim Ufros Aleinu Sukan Shlomecha Ushmot Zetenu Uvoenu Ufros Aleinu Sukan Shlomecha Ushmot Zetenu Uvoenu Ashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom V'hamidenu Shomreinu lechaim Baruch atah Adonai Haporei sukat shalom Aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael ve'al Yerushalayim Amen.
We give thanks for Shabbat, for the pause that it gives us in our week, the ability to take a breath, to connect with each other, with our deepest selves, with God. Join in Vishamru, page 44.
Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et hashaban Lasu et hashaban L'dorotam britolam. Try with us. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et hashaban Lasu et hashaban L'dorotam britolam. Veini uvein b'nei Yisrael Oti le'olam Ki sheishet yamim Asa Adonai Et hashamayim Ve'et ha'aretz Uvayom hashvi'i Shabbat vayinafash Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et hashaban Lasod et hashaban L'dorotam britolam. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et hashaban.
We turn to page 46 as we prepare for our Amidah, and I'll ask everybody who's able to do so to please rise and invite Penny back up to lead us. We'll start with Adonai, so that you can start with the interval.
Adonai, Sefer Taitach, Uvi Agite. Techa Adonai. Open up my lips, let my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Hayotei Arvatenu B'Imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rael, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor, Hamalai, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'nei Yaakov, V'zoher Hasei Avot V'imahot, U'mevi Eloam Livnei V'neihem, Leman Shemo Behar, Melech Ozer U'Mashiach U'Magin, Baruch atah Adonai, Megan Abraham, Zerasaram.
אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, וחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע, מורי אתה.
Mikael Kaim Behesed, Mikael Hakol Barakamim Marim, Somat Olim, Peroket Olim, Umatzir Ashurim, Mikael Emunatov, Lishanei Afar, Mikamoka Dalagivero, Umidam Elah, Umakim Umhiyah, Umatzir Hashua, Nemanatam Hayot Hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayeh Hakol.
Page 52. You are holy, your name is holy, and those who are holy praise you every day. Baruch atah Adonai,
Baruch Baruch Shemo.
Ha'el HaKadosh.
Amen.
Please take a few moments for silent prayer for the text of your own heart, or use the prayer book through page 62-63. When you're through, you may be seated.
Shabbat Shalom. It's nice to see so many
people here in attendance for Shabbat services. The prayer Shalom Rav, typically done the evening service, is a prayer for peace over the people of Israel. And there are two versions which are very popular in Reformed congregations across the country. Number one in popularity is the Jeff Klepper, Dan Freelander version, Shalom Rav Yisrael. We always sing it. We sing it very frequently here. And this version, this setting, is number 2, and it is set by the composer Ben Steinberg. Shalom Rav.
Thank you, Dr. Polfoy. So this week that has passed, we celebrated Shavuot. And on Shavuot, we read the 10 Commandments from the book of Exodus. They appear again in Deuteronomy, but the version we read on Shavuot is from the book of Exodus. And we relate, and they're familiar to many of you, or hopefully most of you. They're here and here, right? 1 through 5, 6 through 10. Hebrews written from right to left, so the right tablet is 1 through 5. And remember, they talk about how we relate to God. They talk about honoring parents. They talk about making Shabbat holy, not doing bad stuff like stealing, murder, lying in court. But out of all the commandments, there is only one, only one that addresses feelings. And that is the last one. That's the 10th commandment, not to covet. For the most part, Judaism is concerned with behaviors, not our intention necessarily behind stuff. That's an added level. Certainly wonderful to have good intention behind all the things you do. But, if you have good intentions but do bad things, you get an incomplete in the book of life, so to speak, right? You still have to do the right thing. So Judaism generally says, as long as we do the right thing, even if we do it grudgingly, we get credit, right? Better to do it with a full heart, but you get credit. So why the emphasis here on coveting in the top 10? It's right there, the Big 10. Perhaps it's because there will always be people who have more than we do. And if we spend our lives feeling sorry for ourselves and wanting more, we are destined to be unhappy. Jealousy, it turns out, is the foundation for misery. We're jealous of people's success. We're jealous of people's stuff. We're jealous of their accomplishments and their recognition. We even feel jealous about other people's learning and their good character traits. Instead of inspiration, quite often we feel envy. It's no wonder that Pirkei Avot, the wisdom of the sages, cites jealousy as one of the qualities that drive a person from this world. Envy causes resentment, and resentment can destroy a relationship. So let's just look at some of the early stories in the Torah. The dust of creation had barely settled when Cain's jealousy of his brother caused him to murder Abel. Sarah is jealous of Hagar. Jacob has to flee from home when his jealousy causes him to steal his brother's birthright, and Esau wants to kill him. And the disharmony continues with Jacob's favoritism of Joseph, which motivates his brothers to sell him into slavery in Egypt. It's really not a good start. And yet, in this week's Torah portion in Naso, we see a little bit of positivity, breaking this cycle of envy. The tribes of Israel are able to work together in peace. The moment of dedicating the Mishkan in the wilderness, the portable sanctuary that accompanied our ancestors, has finally arrived, and each tribe brings a gift, an offering for this holy celebration. And it's interesting, each tribe brings exactly the same gift. No more, no less. Judah brought a silver dish of 130 shekels in weight. And then the next day, Issachar brought a silver dish of 130 shekels in weight. Any guesses what Zebulun brought on the third day? It would have been so tempting to turn this moment into a competition. Somebody to say, they gave 130. I'll bring a little bit more just to show them up. But that's not how it reads. To be jealous of what others gave and try to top it was not what this moment was about. Clearly, the tribes consulted with each other to ensure that they all brought the same exact donation. No one experienced jealousy of another's gift. Instead of feeling sad or bereft or like failures, everyone was able to rejoice together at this accomplishment of the community working together. It's been taught rightly, I believe, that we should look down from a material perspective and up from a spiritual one. What do I mean by that? When we are tempted to feel envious of what another person enjoys materially, we should remind ourselves how blessed we are compared to so many. When we are feeling arrogant about our wisdom and spiritual development, though, we should look up and be inspired, not envious. We should be inspired of those who can lead us toward even greater depth. It's good to aspire to elevate our character. And we can do so by focusing on the kindness and intellect and generosity and caring of others without jealousy of the individuals themselves. Ezehu Ashir, Pirkei Avot asked, who is rich? The person who is happy with what they have. Our culture teaches us, makes us feel that we never have enough. So cultivating a sense of gratitude, of modesty, of humility can lead to a sense of contentment and of shalom, of peace and wholeness in our lives. May we be blessed to rejoice in the good we each experience and to share our bounty with our community with open hearts, not with envy, but with generosity. Shabbat Shalom. We're going to turn now to page 253 as our thoughts go to all of those in our community and in our lives who are in need of blessings, of healing, of body, of mind, of spirit. Mishaberach.
Avotenu, Avraham, Yitzhak, Yaakov, Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, and Leah, Hu Yevarech, et Hacholim.
Elna Refanala. For blessings upon Rebecca Gilman, Hannah Fields Austin, Sue Tobak, Rosalind Lefkowitz, Helen Weinfeld, Pam Poliakoff, Connie Shapiro, Kathy Blumenfeld, Caitlin Antrim, Kathy Brewster, Jennifer Rudin, Marion Snyders, Brad Holland, Serena Postal, Bobby Kay, Marilyn Freeman, Robert Strober, Marilyn Lubarski, Ellery Einstein, Patricia Kramer, Joan Morse, Nomi Kravitz, Craig Sachs, Simon Saul, Blair Pollock, Myra White, Lori Snyder, Jeremy Knoller, Cherry DeRazadeh, Mike Klein, Lily Morrison, Sarah Kogeman, Richard Handley, Barbara Fass, Joel Beasy, Burton Gershman, Carol Berlant, Janet Barong, Paula Steinbach, David Bush, Howard Bush, Dana Sundin, Lawson Spicer, Mark Fenton, Gloria Foster, Rita Warshaw, Ira Quatcher, Robert Gerard, Lisa Heyman, Brian Safer, Stuart Mann, and like to invite Toyasha Sabag back up to the Bima to share some announcements.
On behalf of the Board of Trustees, thank you for being here both in the sanctuary and online. Toda Rabbah to Rabbi Kupitz for leading our service in such an inspiring way, and to Cantor Bush for providing richness in voice and music. To Dr. Randy Povoy for his lovely piano pieces, and much appreciation to Claudia Gonzalez, who handles our technology so expertly. So I'd like to also give a big mazel tov to Penny Miller, who will become a bat mitzvah tomorrow. Oh, there you are. And she also led us in services expertly and really, really well this evening, so thank you. Next, we have thank you for tonight's greeters, to the outside greeters who welcome you, were Lauren Nemeth and Courtney Medina. The lobby greeters who also welcome you were Phyllis Blackie, Judy Rose, and Kylie Sykes, and Harriet de Blasio. Lastly, our parking lot monitors for tonight were Josh Landis and Lisa Heyman. So after the service, we gather in the social hall, which is behind you, for a kiddush, motzi, refreshments, and conversation. Please take this opportunity to get to know someone new, which will help us continue to build our warm Jewish community. We have a busy and engaged community. Find what interests you on our weekly update, emailed every Thursday, monthly Kahila, and our website and Facebook pages. And really exciting to announce this evening that this Sunday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., we will have a rummage sale. So I expect everyone to be out there helping out and purchasing things. So see y'all on Sunday. Shabbat Shalom.
There is a ton of stuff for this rummage sale that is being collected. So there should be lots of good stuff, everything from kitchenwares to clothes, to furniture, to bikes, to anything you can imagine. Lots and lots and lots of stuff. If anybody wants to come out a little early, anytime between 7 and 10, they can always use some extra hands to help get stuff set up. As well, and it'll be cooler. Maybe you'll, get maybe you'll get first dibs on stuff if you're there a little early. You can play it out. So, but the public part of the rummage sale, as Toyasha said, is 10 to 2. But they will be setting up starting at 7, and if you want to lend some help to do that, you are invited to do so. Any other announcements?
Just wanted to share, it'll be on our Facebook page if you want to link that our Friends of Jewish Renewal in Poland are involved in a very special event on Sunday to support the Jewish community in the Ukraine. Beit Polska, who we are in a sort of a sister city relationship with as a congregation, is co-producing this event. And I'm going to put it up on online so we can all have access to it, and I just wanted to recommend to you that you consider joining it online. Thank you. Sure. Rabbi reminds me that I am I'm on the committee for the annual Interfaith Baccalaureate that will take place at Claremont United Church of Christ on Sunday, honoring our 2022 graduates of Claremont and San Antonio High School. One of our TBI members, Devorah Strober, will be participating, and I'm sure she would love to see some more familiar faces, although I think she's going to know a lot of people there. So thank you.
All right. We are now going to move toward the conclusion of our service. We turn to page 282, in the middle of the page, 282. Takes me longer to turn to the page sometimes. For Aleinu L'Shabeach, everybody who is able, I ask to please rise.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'Adon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשינו כגויי ארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. Page 287. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
You may be seated. Page 294. We take a moment to remember those who have been important in our lives and have left this earth, those who have died in recent days or at this time in years past. Remember the recent deaths of Jerry Title, past president of TBI, of Beatrice Caden, mother of Terry Helfand. Remember the Yortzites, the anniversaries of the deaths of Eugene Bass, Regina Beliak, Evelyn Bach, Richard Botwin, Rose Friedman, Maurice Spike Gingold, Eugene Klein, Daniel McNaughton, Ida Watsky, Janet Rose, Harry Buxbaum, Esther Chudikoff, Jeanette Hamblin, Laverne Jones, Maurice Mickelbank, Esther June Grossman, Jack King, Rose Rizik, Louis Bush, Israel Mark, John Wine, Rosa Buffman-Klotz, Norma Lerner Mazai, Marcella Ryan, Samuel Sapiro, Molly Levitt, and Al Pass. If you're remembering somebody on this Shabbat and would like to add their names to ones that I've mentioned, please feel free to do so. As I come by your row, if you're at home, please feel free to type the name in the chat to share with the online community.
Adrian Sorensen.
If you're in a time of mourning or observing a Yortzeit on the Shabbat, I invite you to rise. And I invite the rest of the congregation, if it's your custom, to rise in embrace and support of those who mourn. Kaddish, again, page 294. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah, bi'alma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayachon v'yomechon, v'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael, ba'agalau v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevorach le'olam olomei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal, shmei dukudasha brichu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiram bi'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama Rabbah min shmaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'imrumav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. Zichronam livracha, may their memories be for a blessing. We will close with Biado, bottom of page 321. Those who are sitting, if you're comfortable, if it's not difficult for you, you can stand and join us for our final song, 321, last stanza.
Hey, Ado of Kibruchi,
Hey, Dishan ve'aira, Ve'im ruchi geviati, Adonai li velo ira, Ve'im ruchi geviati, Adonai li. My soul I give to you.
my soul I give to you.
My spirit in your care.
My spirit in your care.
Draw me near, I shall not fear.
Draw me near, I shall not
Hold me in your hand.
Hold me in your hand.
Draw me near, I shall not fear.
Draw me near, I shall not
Safely in your hand.
Safely in your
This side again with me, my soul I give to you. My
Hey,
soul I give to you. My spirit in your care. Draw me near, I shall not fear. Hold me in your hand. Draw me near, I shall not fear. Safely in your hand. Be'ado av kibruchi. Be'ado av kibruchi.
My spirit in your care.
Ve'im ruchi geviati. Adonai li velo ira. Ve'im ruchi
I shall not
geviati.
fear.
Adonai li
Your
ira. For those of you in the sanctuary, please join us in the social hall for kiddush, motzi, and refreshments. For those of you at home, thank you so much for being with us. Hope to see you soon. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.